So what's up, YouTube? So I don't know how many people hike with a firearm on them. You know, most people like to carry bear spray or mace and a stick, something like that, or a whistle. Me personally, I carry mace and a firearm. These are the only three I carry. All three subcompacts. All of them has been cleared. The chamber has been cleared in all three. I will not be racking a slide on this video. So we'll start off with this one here first. These are the only ones I've carried hiking, and I camped a couple of times with friends. But this is my Glock 27 Gen 5. I've carried this twice. This one is chambered in 40 Smith & Wesson, as you can see. This has the OEM pinky extension. This is 10 plus 1. Normally it's 9 plus 1. But the OEM pinky extension don't pinch my finger when I'm shooting. The Pierce plus 2 pinky extension does. I don't know why that is, but that's the case. Now, I've open carried this when I was out hiking. I did like a 5-hour hike when my friends picked me up. And I open carry, but I ain't gonna even lie to you. I didn't really like open carrying this gun because it don't have a manual safety on it nowhere. I know, you know, for whatever reason, and that's when I'm hiking. Other than that, I do carry this. Now, for whatever reason, I be thinking if I drop the gun or if I fall, which I have before, you know, the gun will discharge. It's never have. And I know Glocks with all the safety mechanisms are made for that not to happen, especially with the trigger safety and the, you know, the other dropping mechanisms inside the firearm. So when I carry this, I use extreme penetrators from Underwood. That's what I carry with. And a small backup mag. Not a big one because I'm out hiking. You're trying to get rid of weight. That's another thing. So this is the 40. I've carried it twice. I didn't, you know, like I say, was a little nervous about it because I like to carry with one in the chamber. For muscle memory, I don't want to stop carrying with one in the chamber because muscle memory, I always have one in the chamber. But that's me. Other people don't like to do that, you know. But that's the Glock 27 Gen 5. I probably won't be carrying that again when I'm out hiking. That's in 40. This also is in 40. This is my XD subcompact 40. This is the oldest gun I have. This has been around for a minute. Even though it looked kind of new, I did get the slide redone by Springfield. Now this is, here's your safety mechanism on this gun. This is why I like open carrying it. It has a trigger, a grip safety in the back. So once you grab that, you know, then it's going to fire. If it was to fall without it, you can't even rack the slide unless this is depressed. So that's why I like it. It looks a little top heavy, but it's not. It shoot fine. This is in 40 Smith & Wesson also. This gun, when I was down south, did I mention? Yeah, I think I did say it before. But when I was down south with family members, this gun, I stopped a huge charging feral hog with this gun. And that's after me dropping it in the mud and had to dig around and find it. But I hit it with 2 shots. It went down. So that made me comfortable, really comfortable carrying this thing. You know, my family members down there, they cut up the hog, cooked it or whatever, you know. But this is my favorite option for carrying this thing. It has got me out of a couple of jams about let me see, probably about 5 times. At one point, and I mean that's in the city when I used to carry this. This used to be my only subcompact. At one point I stopped carrying this gun because it felt like it had some kind of aura around it where every time I carried it, something popped off. You know, I had 5 incidents where I needed to use this to diffuse situations. So I'm not going to go into them, but this is my other option right here. And here is the only 9mm that I have that I would carry. You know, first of all, if something was to happen to this or anything, I got a backup 9. The backup 9mm M&P shield. Now, this one, I carry the exact same rounds in all 3 when I'm hiking. Underwood Extreme Penetrators. I forgot to mention that. But this is my M&P shield. I really love carrying this one. I used to hike with this before I started using 40. You know, this was my second gun this is my first gun that I ever bought was a Glock 22. I ended up getting rid of that, then bought this. And then right after, that was in 2013, you know, and in 2015, I bought this, the M&P shield. Now, I went crazy with the stippling like an idiot, but I had just got into stippling and then immediately stopped stippling, you know, because it was like a little fad to me. So, but it came in handy when I'm carrying this, because even though I over stippled this gun, it hangs on your hand good, even with gloves on when it's cold outside. So this is the 9 that I carry. It's got the manual safety. I always carry it. Again, I carry it the exact same rounds when I'm out hiking. I've camped a couple of times I camped once with this one and once with this one with friends. You know, where I live at, I'm in Michigan. I've never seen a black bear or a brown bear except in a zoo. But I have seen wolves, coyotes, stuff like that when we was out. But this is one of my favorites. But I will tell you this, you know, about this. While I'm on this talking about coyotes, I got a video on my channel. I actually have another channel, and I had it on that video too. I got so much hate comments. People was angry with me about that video. Well, I feel like I need to tell a story, because I wrote in a comment what happened. People still wasn't reading the comments, but I mean, I wrote in the description what went on, and people wasn't reading the description. They just felt like I just wronged this animal for whatever reason. But that video is on this channel too. But I was walking at doing a power walk early in the morning in January, about I want to say 5 or 6 years ago. It was early in the morning. It was freezing out. I remember that. It was in January. At Rouge Park. I think that's in Dearborn Heights. And Rouge Park, if you don't know anything about Rouge Park, it's like a nice size park in the middle of the hood. Okay, as crazy as it sounds, and if you ever in Rouge Park, you're gonna have paved road, and on both sides, over here and over there, is woods all the way through the park. Now you got all kind of deer, you got turtles, and I know because I got all of these animals in my cloud library. Me even picking up one of the big turtles, snakes, hawks, everything you can name, almost everything you can name is in this. I don't know how to get in there, but they in there running around crazy. But one day I was out hiking, not hiking, but power walking, and I ran across a deer. It was in the middle of the road. Again, I got the video if you don't believe me. It was in the middle of the road, and when I saw it, when I was getting closer to it, it looked like it was hit by a car. So the closer I got, I pulled my phone out, I started recording it, and I can see blood on the legs. It looked like kind of looked like something was biting it to take it down or whatever, but I didn't pay attention to that. It just looked dead in the middle of the road, and it's freezing out there, and it actually looked like it was starting to frost up, so I figured it was dead. Well, I was as I got closer and closer, I seen a twitch, and I was wondering, did I see the twitch for real? And it started getting up. It got up, it started walking, and it collapsed again, fell right back over. And I'm like, man, I'm right up on top of it. Well, I stopped recording like an idiot. Again, I should have never stopped recording, but I stopped recording to call animal control to let them know, it was a deer out here. I was going to get a location and everything. But before I could call, I could see some breathing coming from the wood part. Now I'm in the middle of the road here, and the breathing was coming from the woods here. I couldn't see what was in there. I just seen smoke, like, that cold air breathing. And as I'm squinting to look, it looked like two German shepherds in there. I'm like, what is German shepherds doing? And then one of the animals came out, and it happened to be a huge coyote. So I'm like, oh, I see what's going on now. They probably done attacked this damn thing, took it down, and heard me coming and ran over into the woods, waiting for me to walk away so they can, finish it off or whatever. So after I seen what was going on, processing the information, I turned around to walk away, and another coyote had flanked me. That's when I pulled this out. Took the safety off. I was aiming it at the coyote. Of course, the coyote didn't know what it was. I just walked around the coyote because, it was right behind me. It wasn't yelping, making that noise that they normally make. It wasn't doing none of that. I started backing away. And then once I started getting away, I could see all three of them grab it and, start dragging it into the woods, finish it off. Well, I had stopped recording that. People thought I just left the animal out there to die. They were saying, "Oh man, you a piece of shit. You shouldn't. You should have did something to help the deer and all that." Well, I'm trying to explain to them in the description what happened. I'm a person that believes you do not interfere with nature. I'm one of them people that make comments, angry comments when I see people interfering with nature. Like I seen a hawk had swept down to kill this snake. Well, the snake got the best of it. It was actually constricting the hawk. And here comes some people running over there, hitting it with leaves or whatever to get the snake off of it, But they wouldn't have done that if the hawk was winning. That's why you're not supposed to interfere with nature. So I felt it was important to, say that, because if I would have never stopped recording, I wouldn't have had to, constantly reply to people trying to explain what's happening or whatever, to the point where I just said, whatever, But I was glad to have this on me, because when I turned around and that thing was on me, I could have defended myself. And if it would have moved toward me, it would have had a problem. I've only had to pull this 2 more times. Twice on two more times on idiots that got dogs, and they're not controlling the dogs. This guy had a dog. I'm out there doing a hike, no, a power walk, and it's a woman walking next to me. I don't know her, but she the one almost triggered the dog to run, because it had started crossing the street. The owner just nosedive in his phone, and he got one of them giant pit bulls. I think it was a cane corso. It was like a pit on steroids coming across the street growling, So I had to pull this and call this idiot to get his dog. And it was one more time. It was another time a similar situation like that happened at a park. And it was also a time where a guy was fixing to do a drive-by on me and my cousins and them. And I think I told y'all about that, where we ended up pulling up in the police station. I was the only one in the car with the gun, and I had this gun on me. It was the same night that Dak Prescott won his first playoff game, whatever year that was, because I remember we went to the store at halftime. So these are the guns that I hike with. These two mainly. I probably won't be hiking with this one again. But there it is. Video's a little bit longer than what I liked it to be, but you know me. I get the rambling. Peace.